And we are back.
Oh, uh-oh.
I give you guys a countdown before I start.
I know.
Literally, I do this. I do this twice a night.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
It's really loud and clear,
but,
too.
you know, we're talking.
Oh, is
not
it
paying
great?
attention.
Fantastic. I'm glad. I'm very
you hear
glad.
It perfectly.
Oh, perfect. So you just choose to ignore me. That makes me feel so much better.
Sorry.
It's because you count us down twice. So you water down the meaning of the countdown when you do.
No, there's no watering down the meeting. It's literally I'm counting it down until something happens. There's no plus negative against all of this.
See, what it is we're all delinquent children who would sit in the back of the class and we think we can get it in before we're done.
You know what? I miss Bobby for this reason. Because he would always say something.
He was like the worst one.
No, he would say something hilarious beforehand, and then everybody would be like, ha ha ha, having fun as soon as we started stream. Now you're all just like,
And
so shut up or I'll mute all of you.
Okay, we're done.
We're done. So, when we last left our heroes, finding themselves in the center of a sinister plot, and half of the party unconscious, all hope resided in the hands of Scrump. As assailants approached, Scrump used one of his mysterious potions to, hopefully, unleash fire and brimstone upon his enemies. Instead, the power of the potion transformed those in the area into pastel-colored ponies, which, sadly, not sadly, included Basil. The panicked ponies stomped and bucked around the tavern, knocking over the tables filled with mugs of ale and lit candles. And as the flame touched the strong wines, fire grew all around. As the old saying goes, our heroes were out of the frying pan and into the fire. Using their friend in his now steed form, Tristan and Scrump were able to load up the rest of their companions onto Basil's hind before making a desperate escape as the tavern began to crumble down around them. Finding themselves outside, they noted an angry mob that had been alerted to the commotion now headed their way. And as they glanced over to the side, they take note of a horse-pulled cart, without its horse conveniently enough, and so quickly hitched Basil to its reins before wildly dashing up to the north and out of the city proper. They traveled for a short time before finding a clearing within a mushroom forest to rest and recuperate. Shortly after their arrival, V, Oksana, and Sicarius all awoke from the poison fed to them back at the tavern, and Basil Horse... What do we call you? Wolf Bear Horse? Something like that?
Wolf Basil Horse.
Wolf Basil Horse. Wolf Basil Horse also wore off. As they discussed their next move, they were interrupted by the sound of a high-pitched plea for help, and being the heroes that they are, immediately responded. In a clearing not far from where they were, they came across a small half-rabbit, half-bat creature known as the Nectar, being trapped atop a large obsidian boulder by strange reptilian creatures. Fighting the creatures back, they were able to save the small Nectar, whom introduced himself as Blink. Blink offered to escort the party back to his village to find shelter and heal wounds from the previous battle. Having finally found Grimoire's village, the party learned part of Grimoire's origins. That something had happened to his mother, causing his father to take him and leave. However, Blink did not know the full story, as the only village elder, known as Grandad, knew. Unfortunately, Grandad was not available to regale the story as he was currently missing. Blink informed the party that not long ago, a darkness came in the form of a black ooze covering their sacred shrine and blocking out the crop-bearing lights it gave off. In fear of a dangerous migration, Grandad ventured into the temple in an attempt to stave off the darkness. But that was many days ago, and Grandad had not returned since. Again, without hesitation, Oksana offered assistance after a proper rest. And the following morning, Blink took the party to the location of the fields and the shrine. And as the party stared out onto the horizon, they were met with the sight of a wasteland filled with dozens and dozens of puddles of black, inky ooze. And so, our story continues. That was a weird start to the music there. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. I'm waiting for the song so it all lines up properly.
This makes it less weird for sure.
I know, right?
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Got it.
If we whisper, they won't hear
Okay,
us.
shut up. The other song started.
Okay.
Staring out across the fields. I'm gonna murder every single one of you.
I'm sorry. I spilled on my chest. I'm sorry. I'll hide it.
It's expected. Don't worry. Staring out across the fields, a grim scene unfolds across the subterranean landscape. In front of you lies a desolate crop field that once teemed with life, now stands as a haunting testament to the decay and despair. Rows of withered plants, twisted and contorted, their skeletal forms now wilted and sagged. For the once vibrant crops have all been consumed by a black ooze, a viscous substance that coats and seeps through the ground. The thick, repulsive ink-black liquid seems to cling everything it touches, transforming the landscape into what looks like a sickly shades of gray and black. The ooze's presence is unmistakable, its stench overwhelming, seemingly imbuing the air with a putrid aroma that lingers like the air itself is cursed. Congealed puddles of ooze slowly bubble, each pop sending more of the stench into the air proper. At the far end of the desolate fields, you notice the small shrine that seems to emerge from the suffocating darkness. Its beautiful craftsmanship, clearly once a testament to the builder's artistry, now obscured beneath layers and layers of the pudding. The shrine's carvings and intricate designs are barely discernible, having been suffocated under the weight of the sludge. But even still, you can just barely make out a small, dark entrance carved into the shrine itself. However, the entrance is also obstructed by the clinging black ooze, forming what looks like an impenetrable barrier around the entirety of the shrine, guarding whatever secrets lie beyond. What would you guys like to do?
Basil takes a moment, breathing in the atmosphere of this place, and says, "Is it strange that there's something oddly familiar about this? The lack of color, the desolation. It reminds me of the book."
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're right.
I'll start to make my way towards the temple, trying to avoid the puddles. I suggest that if we proceed, we do so carefully. We don't know if these oozes are able to interact with these puddles over here. And mind your footing. Just because we are standing on ground and earth doesn't mean that lying below the surface may be one of these puddles as well.
Basil, can you sense if Nightmare King is here?
Good question. Can I, GM, can Basil sense if the Nightmare King's presence is here?
Sure. I would say go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Okay. I focus my attentions, and that's not terrible. That's actually really not terrible. I got a 21 on my religion check.
21. You close your eyes for a moment and focus, remembering the connection and the relationship that you share with the Nightmare King. And reaching out into the darkness of your own mind, you don't feel the presence of the Nightmare King here. But that's not to say you're not alone.
Right.
It's strange. I don't sense the Nightmare King, but there is something powerful at play here.
Do you think this is another book? They're all different books, yes? Maybe they all have the same kind of mechanics, no color, no, you know?
Oh.
Wait, you're
Perhaps
saying this whole place is a book?
Not
We are saying we are not
entirely.
sure.
I'm gonna say,
as-
isn't the Nightmare King inside the book?
Yes. Scrump, you've only been with us for a short period of time, so I'm not sure how much has been told to you already, but because I had my Disney princess phase.
Right, you
But-
sang a lot.
Yes. I'm not doing that. But there are things in this world that we are looking into, things we don't fully understand. My power comes from this, and I hold up a black tome. This book is one of a set of very powerful artifacts that contain entities, quite powerful, that have control over various emotional spectrums. The one in this book is known as the Nightmare King, a being of fear and doubt that lingers here and is the source of my power. Part of an arrangement made by myself and this entity is that we seek out other books like it. There are books of anger, books of hope, books of joy, and others that are out in this world, and we have yet to find another. Perhaps, having never encountered another one of these books, perhaps they do all share that similarity. Whatever it is that I sense, it is not the Nightmare King, and could very well be, as Oksana says, another one of these artifacts.
If we find this book, will he be able to feel it on you or sense it?
I would be surprised if he couldn't. He's always kind of had a measured hand where I've traveled, so we must at least presume that he knows what I do.
What a creep, man.
Yes. He's
Yes.
not my favorite person, that's for sure.
And if it is another book, shall we read that one too?
No,
But how are
Sicario.
we going to find out which one it is?
Well, let's say we open it and a scary black thing comes out. Just shut the book. We'll be fine then.
Literally a cautionary tale, Sicarius. But, yes, I think Oksana is right. We should just keep a weather eye and tread with caution.
So
Again,
you think
if-
a book is responsible for all this ooze surrounding the area?
Just, it's a theory. A very viable theory, because if I could sense something in someone, it's the only logical connection I could have.
They said that the ooze came from above, though. So maybe they are linked. I don't know.
Can I say that we're saying this while we're walking through the area towards the shrine?
Watching our feet, as you said.
Yeah. I want to try, if there's like a stick or something, I want to kind of use it to test the ground as we're walking. Because what Basil thinks is maybe there's going to be like just because we can see puddles of these black ooze doesn't mean there's not going to be like some dirt over a puddle that we don't see and then get our foot jammed into it. So I want to use a stick to kind of just make sure the area in front isn't going to collapse on itself.
Sure. Okay.
Wait.
As you all continue forwards, you hear the bubbling of the puddles on either side of you. Basil, now taking the leads, begins to feel out directly in front of him, ensuring that every step you take is solid. The still and warm, moist air hangs like a veil as the toxic smell continues to assault your senses. It wraps you up in this putrid blankets of dense fumes and your own sweat. Your slow and careful movements, near torture, as you continually fight the urge to gag. Moving through the fields, you're reminded of the stories of the aftermath of some of the great battles you've heard of. where instead of corpses here, the flies and other swarming scavengers eat the flesh of the once ripe fruits. Not a gust of wind touches the air, only the sound of thick, bubbling, and occasional crunching of the withered leaves under the boots. You feel isolated and closed in, even in a wide open field. A few hours here would surely drive anyone mad. When suddenly the silence is broken, with a loud rustling not but 20 feet away from you. You all stop in your tracks as you spin around looking for the source. You wait, listening intently. But all you find is silence. Looking around at your companions, they all seem to have the same slight look of bewilderment and slight concern as well. That you're sure that yours face does as well. You all remain frozen in the spot, just listening. But you hear nothing. Not a single sound.
Uh-oh.
The bubbling continues. A moment passes. And yet nothing. When bursting from the withered shrubs, a tidal wave of black ichor erupts all around you. Inky black tendrils begin to whip out from all sides, reaching in towards all of you. I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, jeez.
I was
I'm dead.
enjoying the silence.
Oh, come on.
Right. 17.
9.
Nat 20!
Yeah.
Wow. That would be an 8 for V.
Wow.
Yeah, I rolled
12.
2.
With the +0, 12.
Okay.
22.
And Tristan?
Not today. 20 for me.
Very good. Very good. For those of you that rolled under 13, the tendrils begin to whip around. They slap against your arms and legs and faces like swimming in a school of jellyfish. A fiery burning scorches just over your exposed flesh, sending out trills and screams and cries of pain. Your skin immediately begins to bubble from the corrosive properties of the ooze. You each take 5 points of acid damage if you are under 13.
Oh,
5 under 13 for acid.
Correct.
damn it.
Surprisingly enough, it was Oksana's quick and nimbleness that you were able to dodge out of the way of the tendrils grasping, for you're far too fast and quick for them. And just by luck, you have moved in a way to reveal what looks like an escape. The lowest concentration of the ooze is along the path leading up to the temple, and with a bit of luck, you and your friends might have a chance to escape.
This way, everybody! And she'll point to the path that she can see. Follow me! Stay close.
Quickly following behind Oksana, you rush towards the path. Once away from the now almost enclosed area you were just in, you straighten up and continue to dash ahead. Chat, I need you to roll me a D6, exclamation point D6, please. On either side of the path, more of the viscous liquid kind of darts beside you, hopping in and out of the decaying crops, almost like dolphins jumping through the water while riding the current. Who do we get? Whoa, that went too quickly. The first one was, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Sicarius. Looking upward, a branch of a small dying tree seems to reach out onto the pathway, just as you're about to pass. Like a serpent striking from the tree, another tendril lashes out. I need you to make another dex saving throw for me.
15.
15 is just enough, as you're able to just slightly dodge out of the way, almost in bullet time, as the inky tendril flies out towards you. While you evade it on your skin or touching your hands or face, it does seem to latch a little bit onto your chest plate. Immediately it sticks to it, but you're able to pull free, tearing the ooze now in two. Next D20 was I see V. As the path begins to disappear in front of you, as you rush forward, suddenly a pothole seems to emerge, but a few feet away from you. It's also filled with this black ichor that continues to bubble. You have no time to maneuver around it, and you attempt to jump over it. Go ahead and make a dex saving throw for me.
Come on. I thought it was a 20, but it's our dice, so it's a nat 1.
No.
All right, as you attempt to jump over the pool, you watch as underneath you it begins to writhe up like the initial oozes from the crops when you first entered into the field directly. You also take 5 points of acid damage.
Ah.
As the
Can I burn?
sorry, go
Can I
ahead.
burn my hero point to intervene here?
Your hero point?
Oh, sorry, not hero
What
point.
the
My
hell's a hero
inspiration.
What would you like to do?
I would like to transform into Werewolf Basil and attempt a athletics check to intercept V as she is jumping across to kind of pull her away from the path of the acid splash.
Okay, fair enough. As you attempt to do so, I need you
Where's the
both
one
to
she
make
fell in?
dexterity saving throws. V, you can go ahead and do so with advantage.
Should I hold off on taking that damage then?
Yep,
for
hold
now?
off.
Okay.
You got a nice
16.
Okay.
boyfriend now.
15 plus
I know,
6.
right? Oh, I got
It's Scruff.
Wow. Shade.
You look up
Look,
Scrump's already way ahead.
The
of you.
only no, if you want to play this game, Rob, the only reason V is getting protected is because she's not as heavy as you to drag while you're unconscious.
Wow.
Wow.
Didn't stop you
And
from
on
the drums.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
This is
It's coming from a
meaningful,
horse.
but
V, what'd you roll?
whatever. 22.
22. Okay. As you jump out of the way, you watch as it begins to reach up. As it does, it continues upward towards your back, just barely touching your weapon, seemingly looking to crawl over top of you. However, you see Basil within his wolf form now rush towards you and grab you and pull you out of the way. You hear a sickly little snap of the ooze as just a tiny bit seems to have latched onto your weapon. However, it does not hold you back or hold you in place as you continue to rush forward. As you grow closer and closer on the horizon, the temple grows closer and closer, but the ooze that continues to flank either side of you on the path seems to be speeding up and now growing larger. You watch as the leaping ooze throws itself towards the temple, converging with the thick veil that already exists. As the last bit climbs the final column, the blanket of oil now begins to peel itself away from the shrine, wrapping and forming itself around itself. Now mostly pulled away from the roof, it extends upward and outward, displaying its giant size, easily no smaller than 20 feet. And from the tip, it begins to separate into what can only be described as a mouth. And to your horror, it lets off a gut-wrenching, guttural roar. As its body slams down to the ground next to you, its thick tendrils begin to emerge, already looking to pursue its next victim. And I'm going to need you all to roll initiative for me, please and thanks. We are starting off strong for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, as they say.
Find something else I have to kill for you all.
19.
I gotta roll stuff too.
Oh,
Yeah.
is there a battle map for this one?
5.
It's about to be, yeah.
Okay, I will hold off until I can click on my token because then it'll
Okay.
roll it in the thing.
All right.
Maybe this will be another battle. I just say, yeah, it's not worth it. Let's go.
V. God damn it.
15.
Sorry, say again.
15.
15.
Oof.
Tristan?
16.
16. And Scrump?
19.
19. Very good. Okay. Very good, very good, very good. Okay.
I'll let you all go first.
Thanks, Raj.
Okay, and we need to move over to here. And let's see if we can pull this down a little bit. Oh, no, I don't want to go too far down. Fantastic. Okay.
Did you get mine, Dave?
Yep. If you roll on D&D Beyond, I automatically see
I
it.
didn't. I didn't. I rolled here.
Did you roll an 18?
Yeah, I did. How do you
must
know
have done
that?
it
Weird.
a few times.
I
That's
didn't.
so
I didn't.
weird.
I rolled it here.
Let's zoom in a little
have
bit so we
brain
can see what's
connections.
going on. Okay, Scrump, what is your... Oh no, it already did it for me. Okay, fantastic. So, as you all watch as this large pile of goop now slams down onto the floor, it immediately starts rushing towards you as its tendrils begin to reach out to each one of you. I'm gonna say Scrumpy and Basil. Basil, what's your AC?
Presently 13.
Okay, fair enough. You watch as it throws out its tendrily arms, as the tendrily arms seems to jettison towards the three of you. Scrump, already in a bit of a commotion yourself, you feel it as it latches onto you for a moment, causing a desperate pain. V, quick and nimble as always, you're able to kind of maneuver out of the way in one of your typical dance moves. Basil, however, becoming the larger sense of yourself, is unable to avoid it. Scrump and Basil, you both take 6 points of bludgeoning damage and 12 points of acid damage.
All right, I am resistant to bludgeoning.
Okay, so that's half. So 3 points.
Yep. But as this happens, I am going to instigate my plot twist, and you watch as Basil sort of tries to take the hit as it's resisted by this wolf fur that's almost like cables in terms of like how thick it is. He scratches his claws outwards and howls. As that wolf howl expands outwards, the edges of the tendrils start to catch fire with this dark flame. And I need him to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oof, that's low. That is going to be a 4.
That is not going to do it. So that is a glorious 16 points of fire damage.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
As the fire kicks up around it, you watch as it easily catches on in flames, as it seems to create quite a damaging hit towards the creature itself, remembering what Kether had said to you back at the shop. Nate, high or low for your benefit?
I'll go high.
Oh. Okay. Basil, high or low for your benefit?
High.
As the tendrils seem to touch your armor, it seems to begin to corrode immediately. Both of you take a -1 to your ACs.
Well, that's not the benefit we want to take.
Ooh.
All right, that's going to wrap up its term. Scrump, you are up. Oksana, you're on deck, followed by Tristan.
Perfect. Scrump kind of getting knocked around. Let me see the layout here. We're all there. Okay, yeah, so Scrump getting kind of knocked around here. He's like inadvertently just gonna get, after that last tumble, gonna fall forward, be like, crap! And then something out of his backpack's gonna fall forward and tink, 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 and then just kind of rip off in a green haze. And I'm gonna cast Melf's Acid Arrow.
Very cool. Okay.
So I will make a ranged spell attack against the target on a hit. You take 4d4 bunch of acid. Well, let's do this. How's a nat 20 plus a 5 sound?
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah!
Sounds good to me.
Not
Go ahead and
bad.
double your damage, my friend.
Oh, dude, that's great. 4d4. I'm going to roll this digitally. Here all day.
As the small arrow seems to fall out of your bag, the overall momentum of you rushing forward causes it to hit the corner of a stone directly in front of you, somehow causing a little bit of momentum towards the creature. As it rushes directly towards it, catching it directly in the center of what you would assume to be its chest. It tears a hole directly through. Are you able to see to the other side towards the temple? Damage?
Damage, okay, perfect. 19 acid damage, and on its start of its next turn, it takes 2d4.
Okay. Fair enough. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Like, totally meant to do that. No, for myself, I'm just going to do a little bit of movement on the map.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. I'm gonna move between V and
is it not? Did it reset on me
it's-
again? No, it
We're
should.
not gonna talk about it, Dave.
Hang on. You're the other Nate today. Okay, go ahead. You should be able to move again.
Yeah, you're right. Move myself down. Here comes splash. So let me go here. Cool.
Okay. Oksana, you were up. Tristan, you're on deck.
Okay. Seeing. Sorry, go ahead. It was me, right? Not Tristan.
Oksana's up.
Yeah.
Tristan's on deck.
Oh, okay. Seeing the armor start to corrode, I would imagine that like the camera like pans into Oksana's face as she's like trying to think, and she's thinking about how the merchant told her about like the weakness with acid and fire, and then how her armor's made of metal, so it'll probably corrode too. Like she's just working through it.
Sure.
So instead, I'm gonna use my movement. So she kind of like snaps to it and then immediately goes into her rage with her roar. And she jettisons towards the creature. Can I be lighting? I want to light the torch with my action. Or if it's gonna take me another turn, that's okay. Like I want to be like pull out the torch and like kind of light it like slow motion running towards this thing.
Okay.
And then I have another attack too. I want to fight it with the torch. Like I want to swing at it with the torch.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to say, well, let's do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And we'll use your stats, but this is for the flame to see if you can actually keep it lit.
Sure. It's a good roll. 22.
22. Unquestionably, you begin to rush towards this creature, pulling things out of your backpack. You find your tinder, you find the torch itself as you begin to flick it wildly, using a small flint rod towards it. The torch seems to burst into flames. That is your action, though.
Oh. So I got one more attack. I got one. I should have like two. Maybe I'm understanding it. No? Okay, Rob's saying no. It's probably not. All right.
You use your attack action, yes, you get to attacks, but you can't just
Got
separate
it.
your attacks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob.
I guess
So I'm
you
just
get
like-
action surge.
She's
not a
readying. She's just holding the torch and ready to swing at it next turn.
Okay, and where are you running up to?
That I should have done.
You should have. Just also a
Right
side note, when you go
up
to
to
try
it.
to do things, make sure that you just try the bonus action. I might feel generous that day.
I used the bonus to rage.
You did too. Okay, fair enough.
Mm.
Look at you getting all good at D&D.
Actually,
I have
Dave,
my moments.
All right, you rush up towards the creature and stop there. Tristan, you're up. V, you're on deck. Swish, you're muted.
Just me to be muted and then I forget to go back. I just moved a little bit to the side and I will just cast mage armor on myself, so some spectral bones are going to cover my body because I do not want to get hit in the face again.
All right.
And that would be it for my turn.
Okay, fair enough. V, you're up. Sicarius, you're on deck.
V, thinking about all the things that she can't do, she will. She is going to hold on. She's gonna move a little bit forward, just here, 30. And she is gonna plant her feet, and she's going to focus inward, and you'll see the wind sort of like blow around her hair a little bit. And she will cast hold. Oh fuck! I don't even think this is gonna work.
You get hold monster?
Fuck! I don't have hold monster.
It's not a
Wait,
person.
just
What's the point of that
there.
then? Okay.
I fuck me. All right.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay. V will cast dissonant whispers. The same thing. Her hair is blowing, and then all you hear around this creature is her playing the flute and the triangle and the cymbals like simultaneously around it it.
Okay, fair enough. As it begins,
Description in combat.
as you
I
begin to hear
apologize.
clanks and clinks of strange instruments, a small flute, as well as what seems to be bagpipes, but it's hard to tell at this point in time, where it causes you all immense emotional pain. It seems to have no effect for a creature with no ears.
I hate.
Sicarius, you're up. What would you like to do? Basil, you're on deck.
Oh wait,
Oh,
no,
no,
wait, hey! I have a
What?
bonus action.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, torture us more, please.
That loves it.
V will walk over to Tristan.
Oh God.
Damn it. Hold on.
Okay. And V will cast Bardic Inspiration. And she'll look over to Tristan.
She's scared.
Mikey damage.
Wait, Tristan's scared? Good, stay that way.
She'll look over to Tristan and say, Tristan, feel my shirt.
Oh God. I'll do it.
To say, see that? It's made of girlfriend material.
Oh. Oh.
I immediately turned
That's
to
actually
Spike
my favorite one so far.
Oh my god.
That's good. I like that.
That's
Gonna
so
use that
desperate.
one later.
You just
Basil's
friend zoned
going to
yourself.
rage now?
You just totally friend zoned yourself to everyone ever that ever existed.
Not me.
Basil. Sorry, Basil.
God damn it, Jess.
Whatever, it's fine. I'm okay.
I will look towards Basil and wink.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Yo, Tristan's turning into Miss to steal your mom and your girl. What's up? V, as you look over towards Tristan, he seems to have this blank look on his face, like he has no interest whatsoever. You feel it in your heart of hearts. You, my friend, have received Dark Heart. Thank you, Blank. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's about time. It is
you,
about
Blake.
time. Okay, with that said, any more movement? Anything else you want to do?
No, that only makes
Basil, you're up. What would you like to do, my friend?
Wait, I thought it was a...
Oh, sorry, Sicarius. Yep, Sicarius is next.
Man, you took so long, you skipped my turn. What the hell? Alright, well, all that was going on. Sicarius will pull out his sword and that vial that we bought from the shop that said it could possibly hurt oozes. He's going to apply that to his weapon. Is that a bonus action or an action?
Because I'm feeling very nice and generous today, I will say you can use a bonus action.
Alright, then I will apply... Well, watching all that crap go on, he's going to apply it to his weapon. And then take my move action, move up next to Oksana, and with my newly coated weapon, try to do what I do best and hack and slash at this thing.
Let's do it, baby. Oh, what did I do?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't do anything. It's just the music's being weird right now.
You're putting on funeral music for it. That's all right. Anyway.
Nope, not yet. Not yet, my friend. All right, as you rush towards the creature, weapon drawn.
First swing is a 25.
25 absolutely hits.
All right. Does that just, that potion that's on, does it add any damage or it just makes it more lethal for what they hit?
It essentially makes it vulnerable to it.
All right, so the first swing is damage is 13 points.
Oh no, it does have something against it. You get an extra 2d6, I believe, is what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
I wrote it.
13, and then another 8.
Sorry, so what is that in total?
Let me do math real quick in my head. I don't know, so 21.
21, very good.
Second swing, as I'm splattering it all over. Nat 20, baby!
Nice.
All right, so that's
The
going to
third
make
one of the
this-
night.
Woo!
Fuck that stuff. All right, so the swing is 15, and then the extra damage, because that's also critted, is going to be another 8, so that's 5, so 23. And I'm going to use, because I'm not going to waste it, I'm going to use a second level spell.
So
for
hold on.
Mike.
So you did 15. Did you double that?
No, that was the crit damage. That was all the dice.
Oh,
rolled.
okay. So 23 altogether.
It was
Okay.
horrible. That's why I cussed.
Fair enough. Okay.
A lot of ones. And so 15 and plus the 8, that was all crit. And then I'm using a second level for 3d8. Where's my 8s? There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is radiant damage on it.
Okay.
For an additional 30 points of damage of radiant.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
That's right. Sorry.
All right. As
There it is.
Oksana, you watch now rushing up beside you. Sicarius now pulling out his sword. You watch as he dashes some of the acid over top of it that you got at the apothecaries. He comes through swinging wide as he crunches down on the creature. Now, without any further ado, he spins around one more time, hacking away. You watch as little bits and pieces of the ichor begin to fly off all around you. As he raises his sword to the sky, you watch as a radiant golden glow now appears and begins to vibrate over top of his sword as he crashes down directly in the center of it, splitting it directly down the center. As it kind of flops over to the side, it stops moving for but a moment before it begins to wiggle once again.
Oh.
Now both sides.
Let it all be doubled on top of that.
I feel like you're lying.
But no, if it's vulnerable, it's double
I
damage.
agree.
Oh.
It's very math.
It is math. It's not my thing. Lots of numbers.
The creature now splits directly in two.
Great.
Okay. That is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Sicarius?
Just flip my hair and proud of myself.
Very
Oh,
good.
my
All right, fair enough. Basil, you're up. What would you do? Still standing in wolf form. Have honor, my
Was
friend.
that supposed to help us, Sicarius?
More for us to kill.
What?
Well, give us a lift then. And I'm going to charge at Sicarius. And what I hope to do, if Sicarius will help, is I want to use Sicarius as kind of a platform to get like a leap going. And then using my jaws, I want to try and bite into this ooze with my like razor sharp claws kind of hanging onto it and trying to tear chunks out of it with my mouth.
So what, you're looking for like a little ramp?
Yeah, well, either a ramp or a boost or whichever you prefer.
All right, well then I could possibly use a reaction to, if I see that, then I'll kind of like lean over and give like a leg for him to jump off if you want. Stick it out.
Nice. So you watch as Basil sort of gets like down on all fours and uses those powerful hind legs to just propel himself forward and then leap.
But I stick my sword out. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Jesus Christ.
god.
Amazing.
I eat your sword.
As Basil begins to
sorry.
rush towards the creatures in his feral form, he leaps off of and jettisons, springboarding off Sicarius. As Sicarius pushes up forward, you watch as now probably about 10 feet into the air, Basil kind of soars over top of the rest, falling directly on one of the ooze. Are you going for the left or the right?
Let's go for the left one, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Okay. Here we go. And that is a 19 to hit.
19 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
All right. So that is plus the extra 18 points of acid damage.
Nice.
God damn.
As his fangs then drip this kind of caustic green fluid and just starts peeling pieces off.
All right. As you bite down into the oozy, inky, viscous liquid, you begin to tear it apart. You watch as more bits fly everywhere, coating the ground all around it. However, as you do, you begin to feel a burning sensation. In your mouth, Sicarius, not anywhere else. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
You're going to go ahead and take 4 points of acid damage. And
Do I take
low-
acid damage from touching with an acid attack?
Anything
Because
that
I literally
touches...
have acid in my mouth.
And technically it is it considered a magic weapon?
It is a spell, technically.
So, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't do any melee damage. Like, there's no bludgeoning, slashing, piercing. It's all acid damage.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. So I will say no, you don't take acid damage then.
Okay. And then with my bonus action, as I'm ripping this apart, you can see that Basil's nose turns to the air and starts smelling around, and then his eyes, golden, kind of turn towards Sicarius. Sorry, not Sicarius. Tristan. And you watch as Basil opens his mouth, and the underside of Basil's wolf mouth, you actually see the soft palate and the back of his throat are filled with eyeballs that look directly at Tristan as they suck up that fear that you mentioned before. And I'm gonna, he said he was afraid, and I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna heal as a bonus action.
Oh my god.
I'll allow it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Wow.
You're lucky. You're lucky I'm feeling generous tonight, folks. Let me just tell you that. All right, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that is all.
Okay, fair enough. As its layer action, you watch as the two oozes now reach backwards towards the small shrine. They seem to rip off two of the heavy stone columns. You watch as parts of the shrine now starting to teeter and fall over, mostly just the roofing, still keeping its overall structure. One is going to go ahead and is going to make a swing with it towards Basil, Sicarius, and Oksana. I need all of you to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Can we do like charisma or something?
While this is happening, the other ooze is going to start making its way towards the others, and it's a 20-foot range, so that puts you two there. Okay, fair enough.
9.
I'm too busy celebrating my awesome hit with the nat one.
Okay, and Basil?
18.
18. The ooze swings the column around as the thick, round piece of stone comes flying towards you. Many of you are able to, Basil is able to dodge out of the way, albeit Sicarius and Oksana, you seem to be a little bit too preoccupied at this point. You both take 15 points of bludgeoning damage and are both knocked prone.
God damn.
As this happens, the other half of the ooze is also going to begin to swing around its column as it reaches it out towards V and Tristan. I need you two to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Spoke to you. Great, 12.
Okay.
8.
Okay. Again, both of you getting knocked aside by this large column, both taking 15 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're both knocked prone.
Yo, that's so much
hello.
for me. Oh, as V's flying through the air and getting knocked down, blood is spitting out of her body.
All right. Which takes us back up to the top of the round, which is the ooze's turn at this point. Sorry, go ahead, Scrump.
Oh, it's Layer's action. I'm sorry. Ooze's turn. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I forgot that was Layer's action.
Okay.
I do have a question for you, though. When they, at the end of the turn, because I applied the acid damage for the split, are they both supposed to take acid damage at the end of the turn?
They will, yeah.
Okay.
It is at the beginning or the end of their turn?
End of their turn.
End of their turn? Okay, fair enough.
2d4.
Okay, so the first is going to maneuver in front of Basil, Sicarius, and Oksana.
Been nice
Wow.
knowing you all.
It seems that... Oh, right, you two are down, so I get advantage on the rolls. Okay.
Oh, us too. Oh, good.
Okay.
So we're getting attacked. I love
It's
this.
a ranged attack, so no.
Basil, so as... it's definitely not a ranged attack. Basil, still standing on your feet, you're easily able to see the incoming of the black inky tendril of the first black ooze and able to dodge out of the way of it. However, Oksana and Sicarius, down on the ground, you watch as the black inky tendrils kind of leap up into the air as it splashes down over top of you. Both of you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage and 12 points of acid damage. And Oksana, high or low for your benefit?
Hi.
Oh,
Rob, high or low for your benefit?
low.
Okay. As the ink kind of squishes you down against the ground, you feel the corrosive burning over top of your skin, your clothes, your armor, your weapons. Oksana, I guess technically, no, because you didn't. That's, yeah, okay. So your hand axes, you get a -1 to your attack rolls with them. Sicarius, you take another -1 to your AC.
I don't like this.
How much damage? It was 3 and 6?
No, it was 6 and 12.
12. 6
Yeah.
and 12. Okay, got it. I got it right. Yeah, I'm good.
The other ooze, now seeing the 2 other companions knocked down, is going to flank around either side of you and take 3 more attacks against you guys.
Holy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bye,
Nice knowing
guys.
I will be dead.
This is.
Are you kidding me?
awkward.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Again, Basil, you're easily able to dodge out of the way. Oksana and Sicarius, as the other 2 tendrils now pull away from you, you watch as 2 more from behind come flying down in front of you. However, both of you are able to just roll out of the way of both attacks. I did not roll higher than a 6 out of 6 rolls. Sorry, out of 5ve rolls. Dear Lord in heaven. With that
That's all
said,
good luck of the night.
keep talking, Jess. Keep talking. So, Scrub, go ahead and roll. Give me some attack or some damage rolls.
Perfect. First one's gonna take 7 acid.
Okay.
Second one's gonna take 5 acid.
Okay.
That's before any weaknesses or anything.
Okay. More and more, the creatures seem to whittle away as parts of their inky blackness begins to just drop off, like almost like skin burning in a fire, just dripping off from the rest of the main body. That is going to end their turn. Scrump, you are up. Oksana, you're on deck.
Perfect.
Scrum.
30. Okay, I think I got something. I think we got something here.
Well, you got something cooking?
Okay.
Okay.
I think we're cooking. Let me cook here, boss.
Let them land, folks. Let them land.
Against one target. Okay. Okay, cool. I thought it was going to be real climactic-like, but we're gonna like my plan. But I think it might work.
Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at the map, I need you to go ahead and contest a grapple check for me. As you rush over, you look down to see a puddle of black underneath your foot. It begins to writhe up around you, grabbing onto your leg. Contested, so for you, it's either athletics or acrobatics.
+3 acrobatics, so 21.
21, very good. You are able to shake it off as you kind of pivot and jump backwards a little bit. You still have your turn.
I like to picture the ooze went to go touch Trump's foot and it was like, nah.
I gotta watch for my my hygiene. That's
all right. So we're gonna go ahead. I want this thing dead, man. I'm just gonna cast another mouse acid arrow on this. The one in front, so the closest to me.
Okay.
I was hoping when I read the text, I thought it was a straight line and I was gonna be able to pierce through both of them.
Okay.
But it says one target.
Fair enough.
All right, so range spell attack. You got a 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
15 hits. All right, perfect. So again, he's going to take 4d4 acids. That's 8 acids. And then same deal. At the start of his turn, he's going to have to take another acid check.
Okay, fair enough. As and you were aiming at the one at the top or the bottom?
Yeah, the one closest to me.
One closest to you? Okay. As you once again pull this mysterious little arrow out of your bag, you how do you shoot it?
Well, it's actually so funny enough, Dave. It's Scrumped. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna mean to do this one, and he's gonna take it's a bottle that you see. It's got a green bottom and a blue bottom or a blue top, and he smacks it on his leg. You kind of see them mix together, and it starts to kind of foam crazy.
Okay.
Kind of points at him, and just lets it go, and you see the cork fly off.
All right. As the cork kind of, as you pop it down, you watch as it fizz together a little bit as the infusion of the two liquids begin to pool together. You kind of toss it down in front of you as you watch as the cork now builds up pressure as it flies off of the back. It shoots off like a rocket directly towards the creature. As it connects, you watch as the glass seems to shatter directly inside of the creature as it kind of crumples up the potion underneath it. You watch as it kind of starts to bubble outward, almost like the carbonation is now starting to create this bubbling, strange effect as it begins to pop everywhere. It lets out this strange gurgling noise as more of the popping sends more and more of the black ichor out to either side. However, it's left with nothing left after the popping, because once you pop, the fun don't stop. That goes one. All right. Anything else you want to do on your turn, Scrum?
Hey. No. Well, yeah. Bonus action. I'm gonna do. I see V over there, just on the ground, making gurgling sounds after.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
Go ahead. Bonus action. Bonus action healing word. V. So Scrub's just gonna be like, I think I got some left, and he's just gonna throw like I'm not gonna move, and he's gonna throw a glob of like ointment at you. So.
All right.
It's antibacterial, I think.
Right.
Tristan, you're barely able to dodge out of the way in time. In fact, it almost hits you, but seems to bank off of your mage armor as it comes falling down directly on V's face as it kind of splats. It has a weird smell
I got
to
the right
it.
One. 5 healing.
It has a weird smell to it, but it definitely helps a little bit. All right, that's going to wrap up Scrump's turn. Oksana, you are on deck. You are prone. What would you like to do?
I would like to get up.
Okay, that's half your movement speed.
Okay, I will use the other half, or some of it, to get back into range of this creature. And I'm going to make 3 attacks with the torch.
Okay.
Can I just try to jam it right in there? Like, if I light it on fire and we both go up in flames, I'm sorry. But
Fair enough.
No,
All right.
I'm right here too. What the hell?
All right, where is my inventory? My torch. Oh, I don't know. Like, do you want me to just roll an unarmed strike to hit?
For this, yes. So it's an improvised weapon. So basically, you roll with your strength, and then I'll give you 1d. I'll give you 1d6 because it's on fire.
Okay. So the first one is 25 to hit.
Absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll a second.
Okay. Second one's gonna be 10 to hit.
Okay.
Third is going to be a nat 1.
Okay. Roll for 2 damage on that one.
2 of them hit.
2 of them hit.
Okay,
The-
so you're
the 1
you
and
said
the
that
10.
was a d6.
Yes.
1 and a 10.
Okay, that's 3 and 4 for a total of 5, 6, 7.
7 points of damage as you thrust the torch in what you would assume would to be the creature's face. It kind of swerves and moves back from the fire, clearly not interested in being set on in a flame. However, you begin to thrust it and jab it towards the center of the creature, catching it. You watch as it burns away holes from the creature's stomach on either side. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Oksana?
I want to chuckle murderously under my breath.
Very good. Okay, with that said, go ahead and make a performance check.
I want to hear it though. Can you try laughing like
Oh
Oksana?
no, it's so bad. It's a 2.
All right, let's hear your best Oksana laugh.
Okay, so she's just gonna like, and then like something's gonna get caught in her throat or something. She starts coughing. Half the pubes get to her.
What the hell was
All right. All right, Oksana, that ends your turn. Tristan, you're up. V, you're on deck.
So I'm prone, right?
You are in fact prone. Yes, sir.
So I will
together.
stand up
V, shut up.
I was
stand
singing
up.
to Tristan.
and
You're not inspired.
will help V to stand up as well.
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Tristan.
This is
While
bullshit.
staring
Who
at
do
that.
I have to start flirting with?
I mean, Basil.
And
then I would-
Who do I need
I
to flirt
would-
with to get all the help?
I would undo some of my bandages, and I'm going like, you have stuff on your face, and just kind of, and then I would
Use
say,
your whole
you know
turn
what?
to wipe her off.
I would get the bandage, like, you keep it.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, what part did you get that bandage?
Okay, I'll say you
mean
can
the
do that
bandage
as a
you
bonus
never
action.
watch?
Is there anything you
Yeah,
want to
the
do
one
with
I
your
have
action?
since 100 years.
Jesus Christ. Okay, is it? I'll say that you can do that for your bonus action. Is there something you want to do for your action?
Get what? 15. I got 15 feet. I will walk away. Awkwardly.
Oh, we were just getting to know each other.
Little too close.
V, you're
And
up. What
that's
would you like to do?
Okay. Well, that completely just
Sicarius, you're on deck, by the way.
my plans. V will shoot. V will horizontally after Tristan and line up with him, and she'll say, "Should we test something?" And
Oh god.
You already did that one.
I what are you don't even know what I'm just talking to Tristan, okay?
Are you literally just following
You know
him
it's
around?
6 seconds worth of combat, okay? We do know this, right?
I'm not even casting bardic inspiration, all right?
Dude, you were
Please.
dying like 6 seconds ago.
Not even
okay.
death can stop her flirting, okay? All right, V, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Going like, how you doing?
God, it's like herding a group of 4-year-olds on sugar. I swear to God.
I think it's worse, to be honest.
You're not wrong.
Oh my god. All right. So V sort of closes her eyes, and as she closes her eyes, she's going to attempt to cast Disguise Self. She's got nothing else. And she
You're gonna hide from it?
Wow, I don't think it'll care.
she's going to turn into Basil's mom. I'm just kidding.
Can I get barbarian rage? Is that can I just have that?
She's gonna try to turn herself into the girl, into Kimberthy, or who we know as Kimberthy, and try and look like Kimberthy.
Take the rag out.
Casting Disguise Self.
Okay,
Oh god.
you disguise yourself.
As a bonus action, can I speak to this thing?
It couldn't hear your thing before. Not yours.
Sure, go ahead. Why not? Do you guys even need me anymore? Do I even need to be here anymore?
Okay, V's just getting creative because she has literally nothing that will work. So V will just
You should
saunter
play the
over.
flute.
Right!
I'm just here, okay?
Okay, V will sort of raise her arms like Kimberthy and try and speak to these things the way that Kimberthy sort of held herself. And she'll try and imitate Kimberthy and say, "My darlings, please stop this. Come to me, I will command you."
Okay, go ahead and make a performance check for me.
We hit a nat 20 and nail it.
Come on.
I hope she doesn't. I'm gonna kill her.
Okay, I rolled a 16. My performance is +5.
Okay, fair enough. As you call out to the creature, it kind of perks up a little bit as it looks over towards you for a second, screaming towards it to simmer down. It kind of tilts off to the side a little bit before a little bit of its now leaking down ooze kind of flaps over itself a little bit as a bubble seems to emerge underneath it, creating the sound of a horrible wet fart. before it immediately turns back to its the enemies in front of it. It does nothing. Congratulations. All right, Sicarius, you're up. What would you like to do? Please do something.
Well, I'm really not going to do much because I'm freaking almost dead here. So, I'll be back. I'm going to cast a second level Misty Step to get myself over here. Use half my movement to stand up, fix my hair, and then I'm going to use Lay on Hands to heal myself for 20 points.
Okay, fair enough.
My action.
Okay. That means Basil, you're up. What would you like to do, my friend?
Basil is barking at this point, kind of like seeing Oksana and like
Wait,
how
literally?
like powerful she is, and yeah, literally barking.
Okay.
I am then going to because you said it was backing up from Oksana's flaming torch and stuff like that, so it's almost like a hunting dog. You know what I mean? Like as Oksana's sort of backing it up, I'm like sort of barking to kind of.
Well, it's not
an instinct thing.
So it's not actually physically backing up. It's just kind of like trying to move and dodge out of the way of it.
All right. I would like to, if I may, ready an action. As the tendril or a tendril goes for Oksana, I would like to try to rip it off with my bite attack.
Okay, fair enough. So you're holding your action. Is there anything else you want to do?
Actually, that's a good point. Bonus action. I think I've used up my bonus action. I presume these creatures can't be afraid. Have I used my fear effect on an ooze before?
No.
No. No, I'm just not going to use it. It's fine.
Okay, fair enough. So with that said, that is going to bring up its layer action again, as it reaches back, picking up its the long column that had ripped off before, and it's going to wave it directly in front of you. It has 20-foot range, so that's Sicarius, Basil, and Oksana. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Natural 20!
Wow. So many natural 20s tonight. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Followed by 3.
And what'd you get, Oksana?
I had dice with more 20s on it. You get more 20s.
I got a 5.
5. Okay, fair enough. All three of you are knocked directly off of your feet as it sweeps this giant column out in front of you. Each of you take 15 points of damage, and you are knocked prone.
Did you say
with my natural 20?
Sorry, Basil. My apologies. You dodge out of the way. Oksana, Sicarius, you get leveled.
Could I approach the bench?
I give myself 20 points.
Because I'm standing next to Oksana, could I potentially say that net 20, I could take the damage and both of us don't get knocked prone?
No.
I'm taking half damage
Okay,
anyway.
worth a shot. I tried.
You tried.
I will leave
It was a
to
good shot.
safety,
It was a good shot, but no.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. That is going to bring us to the top of the round again, which is the Black Ooze's turn, and it is going to make 2 attacks. Actually, it's going to make its full 3 attacks. One starting with you, Basil. It's attacking you, so do you want to do it, or do you want to stay with it being on Oksana?
For now, I'll stay with it being on Oksana.
Okay, fair enough. The first attack hits as you feel it wrap around just the undercoat, your underbelly, as you stay on the ground. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage and an additional, what the hell was it again? 12 points of acid damage. Why do we have another hype train going?
Wild.
Are we?
You leave them alone.
Listen.
Kicking our ass excites them, apparently.
Fair enough. I should have just done that in the first place. Thank you so much, guys. That's amazing. I'll read them off in a second. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, it's going to make its second attack now against Oksana, which is going to be a 19 to hit, as you take another 12 points of bludgeoning as it slaps you across the face, as well as 12 points of acid damage. Basil, do you want to go ahead and try and make your attack?
So I wanted to try and rip it off before it hit Oksana.
Okay, fair enough. Well, in
Potentially.
that case, let's make a grapple attempt. Let's do that.
Okay. So that is a. Do I just use my attack action for that?
No, go ahead and either make. I would say that. No, I'll stick with the rules. You can either make it athletics or acrobatics to contest.
Okay, so I'll go with acrobatics. Ooh, that's only a 4.
Okay.
So that's 6 in total.
Okay. You reach over and you grasp onto it with your jaw. The creature kind of wilts in pain, so you can go ahead and assume that is going to be an attack from that perspective. You can go ahead and roll some damage on it, but the attack towards Oksana still goes through.
Okay, so that is a total of 27 acid damage.
27 acid damage. Jesus Christ. Okay, fair enough. In that case,
Oh, that's damage.
Basil, tell us the tale of how you vanquished your mightiest foe.
So as this tendril wraps around Basil's waist, you hear this kind of canine yelp sound as he's pulled backwards. This other tendril reaches down to try and hit Oksana. Basil basically like turns around and pulls against this long, viscous tendril and grabs on, biting the tendril that was going for Oksana. As it veers off to the side, it pulls it down and Basil grabs hold. He asks, he looks at Oksana, hoping that she'll grab on to the to him as well, and help pull this creature down to the ground.
All right.
She absolutely will.
Okay. As you begin to pull back, Basil, Oksana, you get hit with this tendril. However, without any kind of hesitation, you grab onto it at this point. As the two of you begin to pull, you watch as it begins to tear apart, almost like silly putty, as you hear pops and cracks of the small bubbles inside that seem to be popping as it goes. Both of you now twisting, more and more of the black ichor now splashing around everywhere before you hear a final tear and pop as you rip it completely apart. As it splashes down, destroying the creature entirely.
I like that it was the two of us because I'm like the bear and you're a wolf right now.
Oh, the bear, the story of the bear and the
that
wolf.
for us.
Amazing, amazing.
Adorable.
Okay, and that is going to take us out of combat. And at the same time, level 2 hype train. Guys, you're crazy. Thank you, Rowdy. Thank you so much, Classic Sam. Thank you so much, Blink. Thank you so much, Cross. Thank you so much, Anarchist. I also saw the 1,000 before. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's get back to our episode.
You're all grounded.
Yeah, way to
you're all
soften
very
us up
grounded.
before
Yes,
we
I
even
know.
enter the damn thing.
Yeah.
I know, right? Should we go back out for a long rest?
Yeah, let's go. Take a nap back in town. Come back later.
Yeah.
All right.
Do that.
Where did my music go? Oh, we also do have, yes, we do have an acrobatics check, which we will get to in one moment. This stream brought to us by Rowdy. What the hell am I doing? I'm lost. Here we go.
How's everyone looking? Does everyone look
Okay.
healthy?
Nope.
Tristan?
I've been better.
Oh.
I received the same damage as you. It's just like, okay, I'm just going to dance and be silly instead of like hitting you. Okay, fine.
Be silly. V will put her hand on Tristan's shoulder and say, "So are we friends now?" And she'll cast Healing Word. At,
Even had to make healing weird, huh?
it says 1d4 plus 4. Oh, here, I'll roll it for you. Hey, I rolled a 4. That's 8 points of healing. God.
Nice.
Does Tristan not respond to her? I'm just curious.
No, I was going to
He's
say,
like,
friends? I thought we were going to be more than friends. And I'm looking straight at Basil.
Your family died like 2 weeks ago. What kind of a menace are you?
He's a realist.
My family died 100 years ago.
You don't know that.
Good tweets to you, man.
It's a bold move, Oksana. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Wow. Okay, sorry, the player had to get over that reaction. Wow, Tristan, things are moving fast with you. I kind of like where you're going with that.
R.I.P. Basil.
Basil walks away.
Text in chat for Basil.
God.
Nobody knows.
Focus.
From Minnie's perspective, Basil is still with Justina, so, you know, just saying.
What do you mean?
You threw it out there first.
Who?
You.
Threw what out?
As you all
Material.
recuperate from the battle that you've just faced, all the puddles seem to have simmered and slowed down at this point in time. The temple, or what's left of it, now stands in front of you.
You're gonna have to get Raina in a minute.
I think we should all focus and be serious.
I'm sorry, what?
Nice try, Nate. Nailed it. Nailing serious.
Okay. Is everyone all right?
Been better.
Not really.
I broke my bird foot. He holds up like a broken little severed bird foot. That was my best one.
All right. Oksana. Sikaris will go over to Oksana. He'll put his hand on her shoulder, and he's going to cast Cure Wounds. Not much at all. It's a horrible roll for 5 extra points.
Thank you, my friend. That helps minimally.
I'll do it one more. Let's try one more. You're much better. 5 more points.
That will do. That will do. How are you feeling?
I'm going to use my last 5 points of lay on hands for myself.
That is a good question. V, do you still have disguise self up?
Oh shit!
Kill her! I'm kidding.
You know it's me, Sicarius. Obviously, it's me. I tried something that I thought was witty.
The
it
attitude.
was not.
Very much so, yes.
What?
Started witty, ended shitty.
What do you think? Do you think this will help going forward, or should I just get rid of this disguise? Actually, Tristan, would you like better, V or Kimberthy?
Excuse me, I have to interject.
Yes.
Because Kimberthy is reason Grimoire has died. I think if Tristan answers anything other than V, there will be problem here.
It's a win-win for me, and V will snap and disguise self will fall. She'll lose the spell.
Okay. Fair
Oh,
enough.
man.
Probably gasps and is completely. Where did you come from?
I've been here the whole
About-
time, Scrump.
Basil will unwolf, and as he does, he says, well, these things are quite clearly a formidable foe, and, I mean, maybe it's just me, but does anyone else find themselves concerned about the giant one that is latched on to the roof of the building we're about to enter?
No, that's the one you just killed.
Oh,
Oh, we just killed that! Oh!
not concerned about that at all.
I'm not concerned about it anymore, or at all. All right,
Well, do we think that
then-
is like the king beastie? What we think, or is there a worse one?
I certainly hope so, but I think we should definitely take a few minutes to just catch our breaths before we delve too deep in.
Well, I think if we go anywhere, we are all going to die.
Speak for yourself. I did fantastic in that battle.
Hey, you're doing good.
It's an
You guys-
occupational hazard. But
Is there,
also, I
is there-
feel as
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel as though this probably would be better used by someone else, and I'm going to pull out my acid flask, and I'm going to say, now, if you hit me with this, you and I or at least you and a version of me, are going to have some very strong words. Do you understand me, Scrump?
Scrump clearly was looking off to the cave, looking at the goo. He's like,
Scrump!
yeah. Ah,
Scrump, look at me. Eye contact. Right up here, buddy. Okay, listen.
okay.
Repeat after me.
Repeat after me. I
will not throw this vial of highly caustic acid.
You have a vial of highly caustic acid?
You will not throw this vial of highly caustic acid at Basil.
Okay, I will not throw this highly caustic acid at Basil.
What was with the air quotes?
I was scratching my palm.
Hey, Basil, you do realize you are responsible for your own actions. If you hand it to him, it's not his fault.
Look, I'm not even going to begin with the fact that you sliced this thing and made 2 of them. Well,
it weakened it.
Oh.
It's
I hand it to
$5
Scrump.
a tab, B-Town.
I'm gonna hand the acid flask over to Scrump, and I'm going to start looking at investing in some splash-proof armor or something at some point in my life.
Okay, fair enough.
We just gotta get some speed.
Okay.
As Scrump, as you begin to stow away the acid. Gee, what's on my mind right now? I don't know.
Where does he keep it all?
Jeez, I wonder. Word association.
Are those negatives permanent, by the way?
Yep.
God damn it. All right.
I just do the gear piece itself. Like, probably fine.
As you begin to stow the acid into your backpack, you rummage around for a moment and find, strangely enough, 2 more strange potions. Don't remember making them. Don't remember where they came from.
He kind of looks at, takes these 2. He's like, organization system. Whatever. And he just kind of throws them in another bag with 3 other potions.
They're glass. Holy shit.
Oh. All right, what are we doing, guys?
I don't know if we can just sit out here.
Well, we can probably go to the entrance of the temple and rest there for a little while.
Does the entrance look sealed still, or after defeating the ooze, did it kind of drop the
The ooze peeled itself away from the temple, so there is nothing. There's no barrier to it at this point in time. And as you kind of glance forward, you do see the door in a little bit more clarity, with what looks like a shimmering golden-hued light that seems to project out of the doorway.
Ooh, pretty.
Okay.
Maybe this is the thing I felt, that connection from earlier on.
Well, let's go find out. It's better than standing out here.
Yes.
Head towards the door.
Okay. You all begin to make your way through the doorway. You find a small set of stairs that seems to lead downward. And as you step into the ancient shrine, you are immediately enveloped in a strange calmness. A serene sort of atmosphere. The room seems to be a singular yet spacious chamber, suffused with a soft and golden light. The air seems different in here, scented with what seems to be fragrances of blossoms as a gentle cool breeze kind of blows on your skin, unsure exactly where it comes from. The walls of the shrine seem adorned with exquisite engravings that depict elaborate vines winding their way around the entire room. Their leaves, blossoms, and are carved with remarkable precision. The engravings depict vibrant meadows dotted with wildflowers, graceful willow trees swaying in the breeze, and shimmering streams that seem to be teeming with fish. Butterflies, birds, and bees flit among the scenes, adding a little sense of life and vitality to the artwork. And in the heart of the room, directly in the center, stands what can only be described as a majestic pedestal crafted out of beautiful white marble. It too is adorned with these delicate carvings of blooming flowers and intertwining twines. And atop the pedestal hovers a radiant yellow scroll, seemingly suspended in midair by an unseen force. The scroll itself seems to exude this strange, otherworldly aura. It shimmers and shifts from time to time, as if it were alive.
Pretty.
It's the
You know
scroll.
how I am with reading stuff.
Oh,
Think of what we could sell it for.
I will cast Mage Hand and go and grab it.
Okay. As the mage hand kind of reaches out from your palm, you all watch as a relatively skeletal-looking ethereal hand reaches forward, grabbing onto the scroll and retrieving it, pulling it back towards Tristan. Nothing seems to happen once it is removed from the pedestal.
Tristan,
What does
lay
this
it,
scroll say?
don't read it.
Why not?
Tristan, lay it down on the floor for a moment.
Where we can all read it. I get you.
At the same
I
time.
want to try.
Yes.
I want to try and, I guess, commune with my senses to find out, is this one of the books? Because obviously we perceive the book as, you know, spine, cover, and stuff like that, but a scroll very much could fit the bill if that's just a different style of book. I want to try and figure out if this is one of those books.
Okay. I would say it's a bit difficult to discern. It's nothing like your black book. This instead has more of a radiant glow to it and seems to have magical properties on the outside. However, that feeling of not being alone seems to grow stronger the closer you come to the scroll.
Okay. I don't think it's one of the books. It should be safe to open. I use the word safe very cautiously. It is very magical, and there is a lot of magic that emanates from the exterior of this thing. And
What's the worst that could happen?
Do you think it is the scroll, this spell? That's time magic?
perhaps.
Be.
Time magic.
I'm going to pull out my the god wand that we have, and I'll say I'm going to stand a little bit further back, and if something happens, I'll try to counteract any ill-adverse effect that might happen.
This would be a good place to hide it. If this
Okay.
is the original.
So,
Right.
would I be able to open the scroll with just the mage hand?
Sure.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. As you hold it away, all of your companions kind of move back a foot or two. Basil pulls out the guard wand, pointing it directly at the scroll. As with your mage hand, you very slowly and very delicately begin to open the scroll. As it grows open, the glow of the scroll begins to grow larger and larger. The small chamber is now becoming bathed in a white light. It becomes too much for all of your eyes as you begin to shield it, trying to make out your surroundings, but it quickly grows just too much, as even your hand in front of your eyes begins to vanish into the white. A moment passes as you continue to keep your eyes closed. However, as you open it, the light begins to fade from your vision. You find yourself in a place that can only be described as enchanting. A magical forest surrounds you with a symphony of vibrant colors and fragrances that dance upon the air. The trees, towering and ancient, stand like mighty sentinels. Their trunks adorned with mosses and vines, and their branches stretch out into a canopy that filters through the sunlight like a kaleidoscope of dazzling lights. The forest floor seems covered with delicate wildflowers, their petals glowing in hues of blues and amethysts and golds. A very different sight from whence you just came. Time itself seems to suspend a little, and your worries seem to whisk away on the breeze. The magic of this place infuses every single one of your breath, filling your heart with a sense of wonder and childlike delight. The sights and sounds of the magical forest wrap around you like a warm embrace, inviting you to experience the enchantment and eternal joy that dwells within. But it's not just your location that has changed. As you look around to your companions, they all look very different from the last time you laid eyes upon them. Their ages seem to have wind back, looking no more than 10 years. Even Tristan's complexion has brightened into a soft pink. But that's not all. As you look down at yourself, your clothes have changed into that of a child's. No more heavy armor or weighted weapons. In fact, all of your belongings seem to have vanished. And that's where we're going to take a short rest.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Okay, we have a whole bunch of redemptions that we got to get through. So first, let's do a stretch. One quick stretch. Let's do it over on this side. This one's called the sexy centaur. Yeah, over on this side. This one's the galloping griffin. Over. Oh yeah, that one right there. Oh, feels good. Feels real good, team. Way to go. I hope everybody did a little stand. And a quick hydration check. Cheers to everybody. Again, thank you so much for the second hype train of the evening. You're all crazy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, was there anything else I missed that can happen outside of game? I don't think so. Did that. Okay, fair enough. With that said, we don't really have time for questions tonight, folks. Maybe one or two, but that's probably the best that we can do. Otherwise, we're going to be very, very quick. I didn't expect us to go this long into the battle. But hey, go get your apple juices, go get your orange juices, go get your adult juices, go get your Tristan juices, your black ooze juices, go get your I Hate V juices, and stick around. Sorry, did I say that one out loud? Did I say?
Having such a comeback now.
That's fair. That's fair. Everybody loves the underdog. I was just setting you up. That's what it was. All right. And with that said, guys, we will be back very, very shortly. Stick around. You're definitely going to not want to miss this one. We'll see you real soon. Love you.
Bye-bye.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we did get a couple questions, so we're going to do that quick while we wait for Jess and Nate to come back, but Nate's back now, so just Jess. Quick question for Scrump. What's the most upsetting thing about your bag you can share to mess with Basil?
I think the upsetting thing about the bag is Scrump's not the first bag's owner, or bag's first owner.
Interesting. Ooh. Oh, also there was a.
So you mean there's two separate organizational systems that might exist within that same one bag?
Could be several. Scrump doesn't use it.
Oh yeah, no. Basil's mom's a librarian and dad's a museum curator. I am so upset at that. Just that simple fact alone.
I'm pretty sure there's stuff in the bag Scrump is not even aware of.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I guarantee there's like a half-eaten sandwich or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, every time we get a potion from chat, Dave's like, one just falls out of your bag because it makes sense.
Previous owner.
Because that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine?
Out of the dead cat. Yeah, Bobby, that could do it.
No.
V on 8 cylinders. Can you imagine? They're starting to call you V8. Not
don't
bad.
know.
Nice.
Not bad. I like it. I like it.
You should have to get some rooms and chat when they do something cool.
Isn't that a drink? Also, V8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegetable drink.
Yeah.
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 V looking for a D8.
Whoa, good one.
What in the world
No,
was
I'm drinking,
that
damn
noise?
it.
Jesus.
That was Rob burping again.
Uh,
No, that wasn't a burp. It was like more of a like trying not to laugh.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. What was that?
That's-
That.
What is that?
It was like
voice
stifling a
even?
laugh.
So that's
Big
what
noise.
people pay for, to hear us make bodily noises, you know.
At least it's coming from this end.
Is this what they come for? Okay, that makes a lot more
Yeah.
sense.
Noise.
We do make strange noises. Thank you for signing up with Twitch. Here's a free
But we are
sub
an
courtesy of Careful
award-nominated
Cantrip.
Twitch stream.
What?
I said we are an award-nominated Twitch stream, so we must be doing something right. Go
Fair.
on, Rob.
Fair.
sound effects?
Rob Gas is carrying the stream.
I'm not asking that question, Raina. That's when
It's
did
valid.
when did
I wanna
Tristan
know.
decide he was over his wife?
Tristan never decided he was over his wife.
The more the merrier.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
guess
it still
my
finds
question?
her.
so.
I
Is
mean,
that
what's he gonna do in the meantime?
Customs 100 years ago were very different from nowadays. You don't know, guys.
Man, that's a lot of buildup.
so? Essentially, you have a harem. Amazing.
I think I've seen the name in the chat, yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right. Thankfully, no other questions. We're gonna go ahead and Basil, I'm also not answering your question.
But why?
We have questions, Dave.
Yeah, no, you don't. You can ask me questions later. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back into the episode, shall we? As you look around at one another, now in a age that has been significantly reduced, all of you, again, not any more than somewhere between 9 and 10 years old. Clothes completely changed. Standing in this strange magical forest. What would you all like to do?
Well, I don't think that this is, does anyone know what's happening?
You sound funny.
What do you mean I sound funny? You sound funny.
Oh no, I don't know what's happening.
While your physical,
as a child.
while your physical selves seem.
But we don't talk like little kids.
Jesus fuck!
I
Why did I not think this was going to happen?
Dude, I have a serious moment. He forgot.
I've given up at this point.
Okay, sorry.
So, do you want us to, or?
Okay. All right, listen, everybody. We need to have our serious faces on right now. Okay, right now. I think maybe I might have been wrong a little about this not being a book, because there was a light, and then we were blind, and now we're in here, and everything looks all happy and pretty and stuff.
It wasn't my fault.
No, technically it wasn't your
This
fault.
is true. This is true. It's not his fault.
And he hasn't broken into tiny little Sicariuses either. So that's
I
a
double
good
checked
thing.
to make sure.
You seem fine.
I'm all together.
Scrub can't be this age as a goblin again. He doesn't want to get sent back to the labor camps.
I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I think that we're just happy at this stage, it seems.
No, all goblins under 10 break rocks all day.
That's
Please don't put child
It
labor.
builds character.
Well, that's okay. Because I don't know about you, but I look, sound, and feel young, but my brain is still like
An old fart.
No, it's not. I lied. I thought I was brain smart, but I'm not.
You're all brain smart. Your intelligence stays the same. You are all the same. You're physically changed. Your brain is the same.
But I am happy now, and Basil's intelligence comes from his intense paranoia that everything will go wrong.
Oh
That's good to know.
We are 10 years
But
old. What could possibly not be going wrong?
Oh, I don't know, but I seem pretty okay with this.
Why?
Maybe it's
Well, because
like a spell or something.
Oh shit! I checked my hair. Is it short?
It is.
Oh, fuck. No!
Here's the
My hair! Let's get out of this place.
Well, we can't get out of this place because if it's like the book, it means we have to find this place's person. But also, if this was here and we went in and there was a podium and there was no elder nectar, then we need to find the elder nectar who's somewhere maybe here as well.
Can it still change into a dog?
I
will
a
catch
10-year-old
it.
dog is still pretty full grown, so.
It's a wolf puppy. It's like
I will
just
pick up a
floats
stick and
in
go.
the pole.
Go fetch!
Can I start chasing you
Throw
around?
the stick.
I start chasing the stick.
My name.
Another case gun. You guys want to beat this?
You're a good doggy. You're a good doggy.
Patronize me!
Oh my god.
So, what should we do now?
Let's conquer the world while he's gone.
I don't know.
Wait, I know what to do. I'm going to look for clues. And I'm going to put my nose down in the ground and start
Yes, I'll die.
seeing if I can smell the old man.
Basil, don't forget you have eyes in your mouth. Open it to look for things.
Ah.
Oh my.
Dave, is there anyone else around us?
Make a perception check.
We're too busy
I'm also,
staring at each other being all little.
Yeah, Wolf Basil is also going to use scent if that makes a difference to the perception check.
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Oh.
Everybody can make
11.
a perception check for me. Go ahead.
All right, let's look around here. Perception.
Oh, I rolled high.
13.
Perception. I rolled an 18
10.
plus 6.
18
Dave,
plus
to make
6.
it up,
Okay.
I do
Yeah,
an
math is hard for 10-year-olds.
And
No, Tristan,
oh.
you're not. Your brain is not 10 years old. Just just your body. That's all.
I was
What's up,
giving
Scrum?
an excuse for V, that's all.
you were what for me?
Giving you an excuse to not have to count.
You're very nice, Tristan.
Dave, can I do a nature check to find a path?
Sure, you can do that too. Yeah.
Nate's like, get me out of here.
Who cares?
What
We're off the rails. We went off the rails a long time ago.
I'll be the judge of whether or not Nate can find the path or not. Thank you very much.
Okay.
As a
Hey, Dag, I rolled an 11. How's that do?
pretty good. Yeah, you find definitely multiple paths.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Hey, I'm gonna do my perception check, Dave. I feel so good.
Why did I do this? This was a horrible idea.
I don't know. Just back into people.
As you all listen intently from the tree line, you hear a strange sound. One that, at this point, you may or may not have expected. But you hear children laughing, playing. A moment later, you catch a glimpse of a few joyous sprites that flutter like beams of shimmering light. They too take on the form of small children their laughter echoing through the glades. Their delicate wings seem to shimmer in iridescent hues as the light catches off of them, causing them to sparkle just a bit. A few that seem to be playing tag suddenly notice you and call out to their kin. A small swarm begins to approach. The largest, no bigger than the size of a man's palm, takes the lead closer and becomes inches closer than the rest. He bows towards you all. Welcome, travelers. The bloomed countess is awaiting your arrival.
Okay.
Wait, somebody was expecting us?
Yes. Who is that?
A Bloom Council.
The bloomed countess, the ruler of this
Bloom
land.
Countess.
Hey, where are we?
Oh, you're in the happy place.
Good for me. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Following behind the sprites, you venture deeper into this fantastical realm until you come upon a clearing, seemingly the heart of this mystical forest. Here, a regal presence awaits. You see seated at the head of a large table sits what you would assume to be the bloomed countess, as she emanates a yellowish-hued glow. And despite her otherwise divine nature, she too seems to be in child form, radiating an innocence and purity to her. You see she's adorned with a crown and a gown, both crafted entirely out of petals of blooming flowers, seemingly embodying the entire presence and essence of the place that you stand in. Her golden locks seem to cascade down towards her back, also wrapped with flowers intermixed throughout her hair. You see, even in the otherwise baby blue twinkling in her eyes, there sits a wisdom of ages. As she moves, you see a symphony of what seem to be butterflies with wings painted in vibrant hues that flutter around her, almost as if they're dancing, drawn to her radiant presence. Seated around the table, you can see a few more of these small sprites of all different colors and sizes. And directly to her left, what looks like a very young Nectar. The two seem engaged in a relatively pleasant discussion, both with smiles graced across their faces. As your attendance is made known, she looks up to all of you with a wide and welcoming smile. How wonderful. Our new friends have arrived. She glances over towards the Nectar. It seems your assumptions were correct, Granddad. Your people did find the help needed. She immediately turns her attention back to all of you. Please, come join us. And with a flick of her wrist, you watch as 6 vines begin to grow out of the ground, wrapping around themselves, forming what look to be chairs.
Before we do, you're not going to poison the food making me use my horse powers, are you?
She giggles a little. There's no such thing as poison here.
What's your name?
Oh,
We're totally going to get poisoned.
That's what someone who uses poison would say.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I would say. I use a lot of poison.
But you
No,
can't
she's
poison
not
the chair,
going-
so let's sit down.
She's not going to
Poison
poison
ivy.
us. She's pretty.
I've already sat down.
Okay.
V goes to sit down next to Oksana.
I'm going to do it but with a skeptical eye on this princess.
Okay.
As
You all-
Scrump sits down with a skeptical eye, I move Scrump out of the seat next to V and I sit down.
Eh.
Wait, So you're sitting next to
On
me?
the other side. Yeah.
So you move Scrump to be in between us, or you're sitting
No.
next
As in Scrump would have sat down next to you, but then I'd like.
Is he even strong enough to move anything?
Yeah, you're only 10. Can you even move the chair? Or the vines?
Look, I benched Sicarius, okay? So let's not underestimate.
Whatever.
You all find a seat, sitting exactly beside who you want to be sitting beside.
That's not fair.
Fuck, okay.
As you all sit down, she addresses you once again. Welcome to our happy place. You will find no trouble or dangers here. My name is Valari, and I'm the groundskeeper of this garden. And I assume you are aware this is Grandad, as she motions towards the nectar. He raises his hand and waves. One of my loyalist and fondest acolytes. He speaks up. Pleasure to meet all of you, as he bows his head slightly. Valari speaks up again. You must be weary from your journey to get to these lands. Please rest and refresh. Again, she waves her hand, and as a bluster of ethereal flower petals are conjured from her outstretched hand, you watch a small cluster of the petals float in front of you, hovering no more than an inch above the table. They begin to spin around, beginning to materialize and clumping together to form what seem to be small cups. And as they rest on the table, a small stem grows from the side of each to form a handle. Each of you now look into the new cups and are slightly astounded by what you see. For each of the cups now hold your most favorite drink for when you were a child. Sicarius, what's in your cup?
What's wrong with you?
He's like,
Oh, I was on mute. Sorry.
Oh.
My bad.
Okay.
As a kid, he loved lemonade.
And this is somehow looks to be the sweetest and tartest at the same time. You can see little perfect balls of ice that just seem to kind of pop and wave up and down within the liquid. Oksana, what's in your cup?
It's beer.
As a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
You remember the very first time that Mama Bear and some of your cub siblings came across an abandoned cart. And you remember seeing this big barrel on top of it. And the other two, they couldn't pull the cork out, but because you have these wonderful, dexterous extra thumbs, you were able to pull it out. You remember it spraying and splashing all around you and your brothers and sisters. A very fond memory indeed. Tristan, what's in your cup?
My drink is what the doctor gave me, and I didn't have a name, but the doctor was Dr. Pepper. I loved it.
Yeah, it had this kind of sparkling taste to it, didn't it? It was almost like a sweetened cherry. If a cherry can be any sweeter. I remember. Basil, what's in your cup?
Basil remembers a delicious chocolate malt milkshake with like sort of crushed bits of like flaky dark chocolate on top of a big pile of whipped cream with a cherry on the very top, dusted with a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember the first time that you went to a very beautiful and well-kept establishment, both with your mother and father. It wasn't long before or long after you started school, in fact. And you remember sitting there having it. and seeing your mother and father laugh. It's good to remember his face again. V, what's in your cup?
Well, V's holding a mug that has like warm hot chocolate in it, and it's got whipped cream on it, and reminds her of the nights on the ship when her mentor would like sneak a little bit of chocolate and heat it up for her, because that wasn't really a normal thing that they'd come by, so it was a little secret between them.
Of course. And who could forget the times that, on rare occasion, she would sneak just a marshmallow or two in there for you. Scrump, what do you have in your glass?
Scrump can have. He's laughing already.
Sorry.
I had 9 other ideas. So Scrump could only be described as like a real thick and viscous carbonated milk.
Ew!
You could see the bubbles kind of rising off of this, and you could smell the alcohol content in it. And he is just sitting there, I would say chugging it down, but there's chewing.
Ah, yes. Who could forget those nights after hard, arduous child labor as the guardians of the mines? They felt somewhat bad for you kids and decided to, well, let's face it, see how drunk they could get you.
Mm-hmm.
All with the best intentions. There might have been some money bet, but you do remember those times fondly, even in the fighting pits, where it was more wrestling than anything else.
We had a time. So many people died. And it was more of like a royal decree that the king makes drinking mandatory to stunt growth at an early age.
Oh my god.
Fantastic. I'm so glad I invited you to the table.
So it turns out goblins are supposed to be like 6 foot tall.
Exactly, yeah.
You all sit in front of your cups with the fondest of memories of your childhood swimming through your heads. You remain relatively cautious at the idea of accepting a drink from another stranger. But this feels different. There's no threats. There's no hidden agenda. And each of you take a sip. As the liquid touches your lips, you feel a warmth overcome you, both physically and emotionally. Any concerns or aches and pains immediately wash away. As if you've just had a very long rest.
Oh.
Yay.
Actually a long rest? Or
Yes.
metaphorically? Oh,
Wow.
Woo!
God.
Get
Look at that.
excited.
Can I also add that Basil's so happy that he's actually crying because he actually thought he'd never be able to taste this again after he went from being able to eat normally to only eating fear for the last X amount of years?
Oh.
As
You gave him one of the crying potions again.
As the tear rolls down your cheek, Basil, one of the sprites immediately gets up off the table and flies up to your face, having what looks like a little bit of a concern. There's no crying here. As she brushes with her tiny hand across your cheek to remove it. Valeri simply smiles and joins you in a drink. As she places her cup back on the table. We're all in debt to you here. For you to be here must mean you've defeated the darkness that covered my temple. And for that, I am very grateful and happy. I'm sure we would all love to hear you regale the story of your triumph. However, I do have one question that seems to burden me. She places her hand down on the table, over top of a familiar black book.
Mm-mm.
I check my pocket, like,
The black book is gone.
Damn.
All of our stuff.
I see
Yeah.
that you travel with my brother. Do you come here with ill intent?
That's his book.
Yeah. We don't really like. We don't
I just
really
met
like.
these
Wheel?
people.
Or, in my case.
We mean no ill intent, Countess. We come with, well, originally to help with the nectar, for one of our comrades was one of theirs, and we were seeking the elder to learn more. We simply happened upon your kingdom, and yes, I travel both as keeper and as agent of your brother Elskar. He wants for me to free your brothers and sisters from their bindings. Well, we weren't expecting to find, well, you here, but we did.
You're quite all right. And it's no surprise that my brother is once again toiling in the world of the mortals. You know, we're not all like him.
Ooh. That's good to know. We were wondering.
There are a few of us who have our faults. But many of us have no ill intent. We wish for nothing more than happiness and hope and love.
Some people are nice and like flowers, and other people are, kings of nightmares. It's a total scale.
Yes. Some are mad furors, some are brothers of hope.
Some are king of nightmares. That's a really high ranking.
A self-proclaimed name.
Oh, thank God. So it's not like an actual position he was elected to. That's where I got worried.
Well, we all kind of, make up names for ourselves. But if I may, Countess, if you don't seek, do you seek to be freed from this place, I guess? It is very much a gilded cage if ever I've seen one.
A self-inflicted one. What do you know about the sympaths?
Very little outside of what I was told, but long ago, a group, an ancient race of beings, created and conjured powerful entities, each of which were able to influence those around them and power over key, important aspects of a person. Fear, pride, wage, love, joy, and hope. And realizing that the power belonging to these entities that were created may grow beyond the expectations of the people who made them, they bound them in writings and in parchments, in books. And then, well, as most things do, what happened after is a mystery for the age until, well, the Nightmare King's Black Tome ended up in my possession. And we believe, perhaps the Mad Führer's Red Book crossed paths with our friend Oksana's tribe in the wilds some time ago as well. But
Interesting.
that is all we know.
Protectors of it, is what they said to me.
I grow cautious, as the two seem to be stirring up quite a fuss. The mysteries that you refer to are not so mysterious to me. The real story of my brothers and sisters and I starts as you say. We weren't necessarily created as much as we were discovered. my brother, Aman, was the first to arrive. Those who pressed forward with their magical endeavors showed great bravery and pride. And while he can seem prideful from time to time, he in fact embodies bravery itself. He exudes courage and fearlessness and determination, the epitome of strength in the face of adversity. And he inspires his followers to light the flame in their hearts of bravery. Not long after his arrival was Brother Aldon. He simply radiated optimism and positivity and unwavering belief in potential. He inspired and uplifted the mortals and even us, his fellow sympaths, and seemed to infuse everyone he talked to with a sense of purpose and resilience. He was always the guiding light in the darkest of times. When my two brothers first appeared, there was admiration and love for what the elves thought were their creations or discoveries. And as they learned more and more about my two brothers, they fell in love with their creations. And thus came Athena. She was filled with love and compassion and admiration, romance and unconditional acceptance. She encouraged all to create a world filled with love and kindness and appreciation for not only each other but for themselves as well. It was a joyous time, and that's when I arrived. I was overjoyed with their work as I joined my sisters and brothers. All I wanted was to spread happiness to all that would listen. And I even got a smile or two out of those that wouldn't. But sadly, there were quite a few who did not want to listen to happiness, or hope, or love, or bravery. Instead, they saw us as a means to an end, a product to be handled. We were simply an unbridled power to use for their own ambition. And they wanted nothing more to rule with an iron fist. But when we rejected them, they became enraged, which brought forth the fifth, Torkor, the Mad Führer. Where the four of us worked in harmony with one another, Torkor was the opposite. His heart filled with by intense and unrestrained fury and rage. He was uncontrolled and raw. His fierce and destructive nature frightened us. We tried to quell his temper, but it was no use. He intimidated us into servitude. And those that gave him life used this to their advantage. His acolytes grew strong and violent with his power, until the Council of Elves was split in two. Those that followed Torkor, well, they unleashed a power and aggression on the realm, turning what once was a peaceful place into a place of oppression and tyranny. All hailing Torkor, the Mad Führer. But that realm was not enough. They wished for their rage to blanket all. And those who lived within the realm finally found true fear. And from that fear came the last of us, whom I'm surely you know already. As the youngest and most easily influenced, he quickly sided with Torkor. The two saw us as gods that should rightfully rule over everything, They forced us to combine our powers to commit an atrocity. To tear a hole in the fabric of the realms, allowing them to conquer and enter into another, your realm. But before our realms could overlap yours, the original 4 of us were able to stop them. With only a small portion now safely floating above the clouds, that realm is no more. Working with the remaining members of the Elven Council that still stood for good, we were able to imprison Elskar and Torkor. But we knew this was not enough. As long as our powers were free, all realms would be in danger. And so the rest of us entered into our involuntary confinement, to hide us away from the world in fear of a repeat of the events. That is the true story of the Sympaths. One we are not proud of, but who's perfect nowadays?
Whoa. That is quite the story.
So
But
I have a question. If we were to, why would Askar? I want to use his real name because I think it holds power over him. Why would Askar want us to release everyone when he could just release him and Torkor and wreak havoc?
It's no doubt that our powers combined are as close to godliness as you can possibly get. I don't know what he and if he is still working with his brother. I am unaware of what their plans are, but I promise it's up for no good.
Probably trying to repeat the big event from years ago. Sometimes when Scrump messes up on a potion, he just tries it again.
To tear another hole in the fabric of the realms.
Why else would he need the other members?
Well, that's a curious thought, but let's not stall on it. I wish them well, whatever they're doing. But if it is against the realm, and against the mortals of this world, they cannot win.
But if you remain here, and the Nightmare King does manage to free Tukor, if the others aren't there to help, they'll win. Maybe not in the way that you originally intended, but from your story, you've seen firsthand what happens when fear and anger takes over a world. If I know the Nightmare King is trying his hardest to bring everyone of the Sympaths back, but I don't know about Tukor. I don't know if that's his plan or his goal. We don't know where he is or what he's up to, only that there are those who, and at this point Basil looks over to Oksana, trying to choose his words carefully. They will sacrifice anything for their plans. And the Nightmare King, well, he's only got me at the moment.
All the more reason for the rest of us to stay put then. Besides, as he is clearly locked away in his book, Perhaps it's not something to worry about.
No, he did that creepy thing where he went in your dream, right, V? He has ways.
He does seem to have a hold on me, and he sort of took me into his space and said some rude things. So that's concerning that he has that control over me.
Wasn't that because of the connection that Basil gave you?
Yeah, I would assume. I had no other dealings with him before Basil. No offense, Basil.
No, that's okay. I was going to kind of maybe not talk about this particularly, but so I think the way that the Nightmare King has been influencing the mortal realm is by creating those who can travel between his realm and the mortal plane. People like my birth father. I'm a relative of the Nightmare King. He created boogeymen who could invade people's dreams and in turn create mortals that carried his power, and I am one of those individuals. I'm a frightling. And it's a matter of time. And we really need help. Any kind of help.
Well, first, I'm a little insulted that you don't think I would recognize one of my great nephews.
Oh, that's right.
That's more family.
Not Scrum.
Oh.
So I'd ask of you, Kin. I'd ask of you, Kin. What would you have me do?
There's a lot.
If and when, I was going to say, if and when the world needs to stand against Tukor and Elskar, would you help us? Please?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, wait.
I should let V talk.
Damn it, asshole!
Help me! Say something. Don't seduce me. Fuck! Basil gets a 6.
Oh, God.
Could I have advantage if I look at her with puppy dog eyes?
You do have 3 temptation dice.
Oh my God.
Can I use one of the temptation dice?
Aren't you a puppy dog?
No, I transformed back when we came back
okay,
because
never mind. I tried.
anyone mind if I use one of the temptations?
Knock yourself out. It's just a ticking time bomb.
All right. I will use a temptation dice.
Okay, that's an additional D6.
I got a little better. Sorry. Hold on. Let me see how that goes. Kacha. That is an extra 5, so that is a 11.
Oh God, V seeing that Basil is really not persuasive at all. V will say, and we're open to negotiation. Maybe there's something that we could help you with.
But they're choosing to be here on their own.
Shut
Are you
up, Ticarius.
Are you serious?
I'm just stating an obvious. They're here on their own will. I mean, nobody's keeping them here.
I understand that, but if they come and help us, then we could give them something else. That's all I'm saying. I could. I don't have much, but...
Well, I am torn. Your friend does remind me of what our duty is. But I do owe you for your good deeds in clearing the temple and helping the nectar. What would you have me do?
Basil, this is
Basil looks to be.
to me.
You're way
She's talking. She's talking to V. She is talking to V.
Oh, okay. Well, I think what Basil was saying before, if and when it comes to it, we need your help, your powers to help. If he gets out and he tries to tear a hole in the fabric of reality, or if he tries to take over, I don't know, and control the world or something. There are so many bad things that he could do. Also, he wants to make me his wife. I'd like you to undo that as well, because I don't want that. So there's a lot of things that you could help with your powers. You're saying you're close to a god. I don't know the powers of a god, so maybe you can just stop it with magic or something. I don't know. Or convince him with a conversation.
Well, if you don't want to get directly involved, you can just help infuse us with the power to stop him.
Or that.
I was going to give you advantage, but because you do have a dark heart still.
Me?
Yep.
From earlier.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Chad,
Guys,
come on.
you guys are crazy tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Third
Just
high point of the night.
Oh my god. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, that sucks. Change your dice.
My persuasion, though, is a +10.
Jeez, you still got an 11.
Jesus. You do have 2 temptation dice.
I will use the first one.
Okay.
That is a 5, bringing me to 16. And I will use the second one.
Okay.
Another 5.
Which takes us to what?
That's hard math. 21.
21. Okay. Well worth it. Well worth it.
We know. I don't know yet.
She gives a bit of a smile. Well, she looks to Sicarius. You've brought up an interesting point. I would, as I have in the past, be willing to, like you said, imbue some of my powers. If you're willing to make the pact.
And what pact are you referring to?
A simple one. One to do right by the people. To bring whatever joy and love you can to this world.
I've tried to bring love once. It didn't work out too well.
Perhaps with my power that might change.
So all you need is what? Me to bring happiness to people?
Sounds like a lot of work.
Me laugh out loud.
The bringer of happiness. Yeah, right.
It can be strange at first. Awkward at times. When you're not used to it. I know I don't expect you to trot around like an idiot and a smile on your face. But remember the people. try and bring out the best within them. Even if you don't smile your widest. To try and get someone else to smile is never a bad thing.
Seems reasonable.
Very well then.
So what do I have to do?
What say we enjoy our drinks? As she raises her glass to the sky, cheersing to all of you. And as you gulp down the rest of your drinks, the warm feeling continually overcomes you, saturating every pore of your body. A newfound joy and vitality within this life. As each of you arrive at level 6.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Hell yeah.
You don't know how high I can fly.
So now I just smite the Lutheran family with a smile on my face.
He's so happy as he's bringing his sword down.
And it will make the people of the city happier with getting rid of them. So it all works together. I'm bringing joy.
As you continue to sit down for the evening with the Countess, with Granddad, you speak a little bit more about what's been happening on the outside. Granddad explains to you that where the black ooze originally came from, that not long ago, from the caverns above, they first heard loud hammering and thumping and banging. Then, not long after that, strange humming noises would come from above. And not long after that, plumes of smoke would billow down that would cling back to the rooftops of the Nectar's cavern. He fears that, while the black ooze came from above, that what rested on the temple would not be the end. And that to defeat it and truly save the Nectars, one must venture to its source. You continue discussing this, as Valari offers her assistance in at least getting you up to the top level of the cavern, and that all you would have to do is ask. With your time winding short in the mystical forest, she and the rest of the sprites walk you back to the clearing you originally arrived in. Granddad now standing beside you all. She looks to you, Sicarius. If you truly wish to bond, you shall take the scroll with you. But I will leave that up to you to decide. And as once again she flicks her wrists, you watch as ethereal flower petals now begin to circle in a large oval shape in front of you, faster and faster as the worlds between the pocket dimension of the Bloomed Countess and the realm that you're familiar with begins to open once more. Finally making your way through the portal itself, you feel a familiar tugging as you are brought home, back to the temple you started in. There is much to be discussed. There's much to be decided on. There's much math to be finished. How much further will you go within the Underdark? Will Sigarius take the offer of the bloomed countess? Or will someone else? All that and more, my friends, are stories for another day.
Oh. What? Damn!
Whew.
Level 6.
Gotta figure out how to manipulate both of them.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow. So if Sicarius takes it, does that mean he's like an oath breaker to the initial person that he's with?
No, I just have to spread happiness. I'm not vowing
Oh my
a
god.
different.
What?
Kari's coming in with flower
Second.
bouquets, being like, Oathbreaker. It's the best. Like,
Just stop being grumpy, be happy towards other people, smiting the bad guys that I deemed whoever I deemed to be a bad guy, and then making the town so.
What a semantic paladin.
Well, the
It's a complication.
Very nuanced.
Uh-huh.
Very good. Very good. So we're going to wrap up for the evening. Guys, thank you so much. What a hell of a night we've had. Great game, great community, great times had by all, I think, tonight. Again, thank you for all of your generosity. It was unbelievable. And we are going to do a little bit of raiding for the evening. Hashtag CC Love Raid down in chat when you get over there. We're going to go raid our friends over at Art Hard Studio. They have just gone live. We're going to go check them out. A bunch of great buds over there. If you like them, stick around for the raid. It helps us both. And hey, if you like them, hit that follow button for them. Show them a little love at the end of the day. It's free. Why not? Right? And hey, you might find a really, really cool D&D actual play for you to watch as well. But with that said, to all the adventurers out there, whether finding yourself knee-deep in a puddle of black pudding, or in a strange land, changed to your very core, but still amongst friends, I beg you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. Guys, we will see you tomorrow night. Love all your faces. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.